challenge to start
We are
2020.
starting and we are live, Danny, just so you know.
I
Another Friday
don't,
with Rima Talk Live. Today I have my amazing friend, Danny. I'm gonna not gonna try to pronounce your name because I'm gonna get it wrong. So I'm gonna go by Danny. Danny from up north, San Francisco Bay Area. He's an amazing agent, an amazing leader, an amazing human being, and a great father and husband. And I am so excited to have you. I know we were chatting regarding mindset. So, how you doing, Danny, today?
Good. How are you? Yeah, it's funny. I felt like we were already starting. I was telling my life story right before we came
Yeah, and I
on.
had to think it's like we're not live yet.
It's so funny. I'm doing really well. I'm doing really well. Sun is shining, and we're prospecting today. That's that. So I'm excited.
Amazing. So, Danny, we were talking about a little bit about mindset, and we took it from your journey of running and how did it affect you and
Hmm.
your mental health and your physical health and your business as well. So, take me through that and let's kind of engage with that conversation that we started before we went live.
Yeah, I mean, you started it, but so the truth is, I did a really long run yesterday. It was 14 miles, and when you're running, you just have so much clarity. Your thoughts just pour through your body, and and I realized how far I've come as an adult in my kind of fitness world. And you brought up how it impacts your mindset, which then impacts your business. And I want to tell the story about how in 2021, the first 60 days of the year, I bet, I think it was like $3,000 that I could run 4 miles every single day for 60 days straight. And a couple of my closest friends were like, "There's no way you're going to do that." And sure enough, I did. I ran 4 miles every day for 60 days straight. And what I kind of gleaned from that exercise was how much it impacts your business and how much it impacts every other area of your life when you stay disciplined in that world of fitness. And that was probably the busiest 60 days of my life in terms of business and traveling and things of that nature. I remember Mark Pattison and I actually running in Sacramento at 6 a.m. in the morning in freezing cold weather because I had to get the miles in. And then we went and skied all day long.
Oh
But
boy.
it was just a wonderful experience. And truthfully, when you're centered in your fitness and your mental health, everything else follows: your relationships, your business, things of that nature, and it makes life so much easier.
Yeah. I remember. I mean, I haven't been for the last 2021. I didn't drink too much alcohol, and I haven't had any alcohol this year so far. And it just maybe because I'm getting older, it just having that like toxic in your body, it just affects everything, affects your
Mhm.
mood and being healthy and being fit. It's not about just the looks. It's way more deeper feeling of just like you mentioned, like everything falls into place when you are healthy and you have that clear mentality and mental feeling. It's freaking amazing. So
Yeah.
you've been in the business. You mentioned to me that you traveled with your wife for 2 years.
Hmm. Yep. Yep. So we did
How
a.
the heck did you do that? And you mentioned you were broke too, traveling and broke. I don't get that. That does not equate to me.
So you have to look at it. It wasn't vacation. Let's start with that. It was a plan. We lived in Thailand together for about 5 months. She was teaching English. I chased her out there. This was 10 years ago. Um, and we felt like we left something on the table there. We felt like we didn't experience everything we wanted to experience. And so we came home. My wife and I spent almost a decade, or actually, I spent more than a decade in the restaurant and bartending industry. And we came home from that Thailand trip. And one morning we woke up and we were just like, God, we have to do that again. And we have to do it right. And so what we did was we said, 1 year from today, we're leaving. We're going to plot this trip out. And as soon as we can afford tickets, we're buying one-way tickets to Shanghai. And about a month later, we bought one-way tickets to Shanghai. And so that was the gun to our head, if you will, to get us moving in terms of savings. And so it was our first real time we've ever had more than $1,000 in the bank account. And our goal was to save 30,000 in 12 months. And if you know the restaurant business, that's a lot of money. including keeping afloat with our overhead. And 12 months later, we had $29,000 in the bank account, and we took our flight to Shanghai, and we traveled for, I think it was about 18 months in total.
Wow.
Living in Australia, spending 6 weeks in New Zealand. We trekked the Himalayas, spent 6 weeks in Nepal. We did some really long-term experiences in individual countries, basically minimum of a month in each country, and sometimes 4 to 6 weeks,
Wow.
depending on how long they'd let us stay for visa-wise.
Wow, that must have been an amazing experience. And you love traveling in general. I see all your posts, like different countries and different sceneries, and that it's nothing like experiencing the world and seeing it in all
It,
culture. So how long
it,
you been in the business, Danny?
I like to say 6 years, but technically I've been licensed for 7, because my first year I was a Lyft and Uber driver and bartender, with real estate kind of floating in the background. Made $10,000 my first year, so technically I've been licensed for 7 years.
7 years. Okay. And what made you leave the restaurant business and all that and jump into real estate?
Well, traveling had a huge part of it. When I returned from the travels, I kind of looked in the mirror. I'm like, I don't know if I'm allowed to swear on here, but you're a POS for throwing all of your talents and opportunity down the toilet, being a waiter and a bartender. No offense to all my waiters and bartenders out there. I love you guys still. But I was like, wow, you have so much more to give, and you have so much more talents to exploit. After traveling the world and meeting people with nothing, who would give anything to have the opportunities that I have. There was a sense of humility, guilt, a lot of things coming back from those travels. And then lastly, my father kind of threw it over the edge. He said, Dan, you'd be a great realtor. He's like, they all suck. He's like, you'll crush them. And so he made it a little bit of a competition, and he said, go to 10 open houses, just go to 10 open houses. I tell the story all the time. Just go to 10 open houses and tell me you can't beat those guys. And I went to 10 open houses, and sure enough, 9 out of 10 were completely lazy. They didn't even get up off the table or couch to say hi to me. And then 1 out of the 10 was amazing. This woman that I ran into, and she was just a ball of energy and passion, a lot like you. She was a huge reason why I was like, you know what, I'm going to get my license. I was like, I can be her.
Wow.
And so I went and got my license. And then, a year later, I was full time.
That's amazing. So what, technically 5 years, and you were solo agent, correct?
Yeah.
You started as a solo agent.
Correct.
And now you have a team of what, 12, 15?
13 agents, yeah.
13 agents. So what made you that mindset of shifting from solo agent to having a team and having the huge operation now? I know you sold over 100 transactions last year, 120?
120 million, 92 transactions. I know that pisses you off every time I say
that. That pisses me off big time, but I'm working on it, okay?
We got to get you into the ultra luxury Hollywood Hills, and then you'll blow me out of the water.
Yes,
Volume-wise.
I do 1 or 2 a year of those. That's it. But
we have to deal with the high C engineer clients, so I promise we're earning it.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. We're all earning it. Let's put it this way.
So the individual solo agent life. Number one, I wish I would have met a me or you or a Mark Pattison when I was a solo agent. I wish I had a mentor like me in my corner saying what not to do, because I didn't. Right? I was really bootstrapping it. I was the only one in my office, Keller Williams, Palo Alto, at 8 a.m., 7:30 a.m., practicing my scripts by myself in the corner, talking to myself. Right? I had no one. And so I kind of remember those days, and that more than anything inspires me to push the agents on my team. So I want to create a world where the solo agent can be on a team, make more money, have more accountability, more fun, more culture, all of these things than they could on their own. At least for their first 3 to 5 years, right? Until they maybe they want to branch off and do their own team thing. And at that point, I support that too. And I'd love to be their mentor when they go and do that, if they choose that route. But more importantly, I just want to create leverage for their lives, because my life, I had to go to the hospital in my 3rd year because I thought I was having a heart attack. And it was because I was having an anxiety attack. But it literally felt like I was having a heart attack. And I just, this business is not easy, but we can make it very simple, and we can make it leveraged, right? We can bring in pieces of leverage for these agents' lives, back end leverage, showing agent leverage, um, help them with their conversion rates so they don't have to go through the 3 to 5 years of struggle that I did. They can make a ton of money, have a ton of fun, and live a really full life. And so
Yeah.
that's my mission today. I think my mission 3 or 5 years ago when I wanted to start my team was I just wanted to sell more, and you just can't sell more without having more people.
Right. And it's I mean, I always say you can make it on your own and you can make it big, but instead of taking you a couple years, it's going to take you 5 or 6, going to double and triple the amount of when you're with someone. And real estate is lonely, honestly. Like, by being by yourself and selling and dealing with buyers and sellers, it can be lonely and discouraging if you don't have that environment around you, 3, 4, 5, 10, like we have. We're in our circle. There's teams that they have 70, 80, hundreds. Mark Madison, I don't know how many agents he has now, but it's just having that energy. It just
Yeah.
forces you to do more, not just as a team leader, as the agents too. It's like that competitive, healthy environment. It just pushes everyone to do more and be more as a person too, not just
Yeah.
as a real estate agent. That's what I love the most about having a team, having our team. And environment, speaking of environment, and you surround yourself with, it just changes your, speaking of the mindset and talking about
Mm-hmm.
mindset,
Mm-hmm.
it's a totally different ball game.
Yeah.
Because honestly, for me, I speak for me, in the past I was like so afraid to be surrounded by people that they're higher or bigger than me or doing more than me. It's like I felt kind of ashamed because I cannot get to their level. And being in our environment, it's just like everybody making you feel so comfortable and pushing you to be more and get to the next step and next step. 100, 200, 200 is very doable for me now. It's just like, shoot, it is reachable. Well, in the past it's like, who am I to make 200 transaction? So just having those, that what they say, the 5 people that you
Mm-hmm.
the most 5 people that you surround yourself with. So
That's
it's
right.
tricky. It is amazing. So, you service the San Francisco, or
San
where's your area?
Francisco Bay Area. So San Francisco Bay Area, we're really like the inner rim. We do have some wonderful agents in the East Bay, Far East Bay as well that service that area. But I would like to touch on one thing you said. One thing as a new agent coming onto a team that you just never understand is what it's like to be alone in this industry, right? To not have the accountability, to not have people caring if you show up every day is insane, right? Like,
Yeah,
most humans want to live in a comfortable atmosphere, which
100%.
means they're not going to wake up. They're not going to make their calls. They're not going to make their follow up calls. And 2 months later, they're like, holy shit, I have no transactions. What's going on? Right. The new agent who joins a team and doesn't start off on their own, they'll have which is a good thing, but they have no concept of how challenging and painful the process is on their own. And I see a lot of really tenured agents in the business 15, 20 years who are still solo agents who just haven't made the turn. They haven't, like, it hasn't clicked.
Right,
And it drives me crazy. And they think they're killing it. And I'm like, no, you're killing yourself, right? You're,
right,
you're like, you're killing yourself, right? Because you're doing everything.
right,
And whether you're on a team or you're a team leader, having that environment, having those people to lean on, it makes this world completely different. So anyways, yes, San Francisco
yeah,
Bay Area.
yeah, exactly. And speaking of those brand new agents, like, it's mind blowing. Sometimes I'm interviewing new agents. It's like, and they look at the split and they look at the cap, and it's just like, oh, we do not want to give up 50 or 60% of what's going
Sorry,
on.
I'm taking a picture.
Yeah, we don't want to give 50% of our commission, while they're not remembering there is nothing there to give to begin with. Like, people sometimes they don't look at the bigger picture of what they're getting, and they're
Yeah.
just focusing on this, like, little things that's, I mean, getting 50% out of 5, 6 deals a month better than getting 50% out of zero, right?
No,
So
but we as humans, we're just not. It's actually this is one of my challenges myself, personal challenges is I've invested in coaching a lot in my career. And I think my drunk monkey is saying, why do you need a coach? Right? Why do you need to spend $2,000 a month or $1,000 a month, whatever it is, on a coach? Because you have all these great mentors. And I think that's a hurdle I need to jump over. I really do. I think I need to get back into coaching to take myself to the next level, maybe of accountability for myself. But it's the same thing, right? Like I just interviewed an agent on Friday. I hope she's not watching this, but everything she was asking was based around commission, splits, things of that nature.
yeah,
And I told my guy who brought her in, I just said, I don't think she's the right fit. I think she needs to go on her own.
right. What
And
fires me up is an agent that comes in is like, I want to grow. I'm looking for growth because that's what I'm always seeking.
Yeah.
It's like growth. I don't want to put dollar amount on it. I just want to grow. So don't show me the numbers. Show me what you can do for me to take me to the next level.
Yeah.
Everything else will follow.
Yeah.
Because if you're a great agent, I mean, you're not gonna worry about 500 or 1,000 difference in the transaction or whatever that difference is. It's just amazing how people, they do not look at the bigger picture for and help themselves to get to the other level, whoever they are with, whether they're on a
Yeah.
team, mentor, coach. It's just like we always worry about what we're spending. We
Yeah.
do not worry what we're going to gain and the long haul that's going to come after it. So
Well, our top agent almost made 500 grand last year on my team.
yeah,
And he almost killed himself. He was so busy. And I said, Xander, what's important right now? Like making more money or living a more fulfilled and happy life? Because for me, it's the latter, right? Like
right.
I would rather make half the money I made last year and live a more leveraged and happy life.
100%.
Because at the end of the day, if you're happy, nothing else matters. Truly. If
Yeah.
you're happy, your family's happy, you're healthy, you're living your most fulfilled life, truly
Yeah.
nothing else matters.
Success is not always money and transactions and
It's nothing to do with it.
no, it has nothing to do with that. No,
Yeah.
happy is having that fulfilling life and the success. I mean, having that fulfilling life and be happy with everything and every daily activities that you're doing. You might be making way less than me and you are making, and someone out there might be like, "I'm living the best life ever."
Oh, I'm sure
So,
there's plenty of people like that.
yeah.
I'm sure there's a ton of people like that, for sure. So,
but I'm just like, my promise. I always want like not because of money. I always want more. I always want like what's next for me. What's next for me? I'm not. Sometimes I'm too hard on myself, honestly. But this is my nature. Like I cannot settle and I cannot sit straight. I have to be going all the time.
well, we're all those. I mean, the people who are uber successful in real estate, we all share that gene, right? Some more than others. And for me, I'm the same way. I'm trying to tone down the critic in my head, so I can, like we just said, live a more fulfilled life.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if it was you. Somebody posted something that I'd better enjoy, take time to enjoy the moment. I think you put something on Facebook or somewhere at the beginning of the year. It's like I have to kind of like enjoy my moments and enjoy the journey and not be on a fast pace all the time. So that's something I need to work on for 2022. It's work in progress. What are you working on for 2022? What's your biggest thing that you want to accomplish, whether it's personal or business?
Outside of this mustache, which I hate and my mom really hates. So shout out to my mom if she watches.
Why do you have it on? Why do you have it?
Mustachuary.
Oh.
So I'm doing it for February.
Okay.
So I usually have a nice beard, but this month we're doing the mustache, and this is my first time.
Isn't it November they do that?
So it's
no shave November or something.
Beardtober is usually what I do. So you grow your beard out for all of October, but there's plenty of these things. So anyways, biggest thing I'm working on in 2022. I just want my agents to have have all of the systems, foundations, tools, all the lead flow, all the leverage. Like I just want to build out a really cohesive team environment where people can come in and thrive. And we have a lot of agents with families. Well, we have a few agents with families. We have other agents wanting to build families. And for me, I just want to get to a place where my agents can come in, thrive, do what they do best, and win. Um, I think everything else will follow. But I'm doing some pretty big fitness things. I'm running a trail marathon June 11th. I'm doing a
Yeah.
beast Spartan race March 12th in San Luis Obispo, and lots of family vacations. So
I think I'll be joining you for that. I think I'm not sure if I'm gonna do the beast or the sprint. Not the
well,
sprint.
now that we're
Yeah,
live, we know
I
what
will
you're
be
doing.
coming in March. Yeah. So.
Well, now that we're
Yeah.
live, we know what you're doing. You're doing the beast with me. Come on, you're in better shape than I am.
Yeah, I
So
have to look up.
if you do the beast, do the 10:15 a.m. Saturday beast. That's the one.
Okay.
We'll run it together, and I'll beat you.
Perfect. You beat me? No, you're not gonna beat me. I'm not gonna let you beat me this year, okay?
Well, yeah, I mean, 33 units. I'm already way behind. I gotta hurry up.
I'm on a race. So, and I'll see you in a couple weeks for our boot camp.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, if you guys are interested, hold on. Quick shout out.
Yeah.
If you're interested in the boot camp, DM Rima or myself, San Antonio, February 24th through 26th. Also follow me on the Giving Agents on Instagram.
Yeah, Danny has an amazing couple actually pages, the Given Agents, and you have the book club as well, right? What's the book club? And you guys started something.
Yeah, so we have the Giving Agents on Facebook, which is a referral network and mastermind for agents. And then we have the Giving Agents on Instagram, which is my personal page. And then we have Porchlight Book Club, which is where we do a book a month. We just started that back up in February with traction.
Yeah. And Danny shares a lot of amazing tips for agents, always contributing and always giving back to our community. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being who you are, being an amazing friend, mentor, and always there when needed. And thank you for taking the time this morning to join me here and share a little bit about you, yourself, mindset. And I'll see you very soon.
Anytime. Thanks for having me.
Take care, Danny. Thank you. Thank you.
Namaste.
Bye.
Bye.